Good morning, everybody. We didn't do this segment last week, so I really missed it, but welcome back to Reviewing the Cheapest, because there's a lot of great tech out there, and it's just getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and we're starting to find some gems. So today on Reviewing the Cheapest, you already saw because you read the title and I'm sure I put it in the thumbnail. We actually have a name brand item today for the first time ever. It is actually the cheapest. I was really shocked. It's not their newest, it's not Samsung's newest line. They do have a newer version of this out. It's a year old, but it's still name brand. I'm so excited to try this out. I've actually had two people comment that I need to try out a 360-degree camera, Thomas Gertis and Johnny Cool. So thanks to you guys for leaving me this suggestion. Whoops. I'm really excited to dig into this box. Well, hey everybody, just real quick, if this is your first time to Reviewing the Cheapest, there's a few rules of the road. I don't just buy random crap on the internet. Well, sometimes I do. I don't just buy random crap on the internet and present it here. There's a process to it. I go to the website, this one's Amazon. I type in what I'm looking for, 360-degree camera. I sort it by price lowest to highest, and then I look. There's some subjective qualities to it where I'm looking for what I want something to be, so I'm not looking for cable or cases or any kind of little things. I'm looking for an action camera. I'm looking for a vlogging camera. In this case, I'm looking for a 360-degree camera, but with the added thing is I wanted a dual lens camera. I didn't want a camera that I would have to move and stitch it together in post. I just wanted something that would be super easy because I needed to be super easy. So yeah, let's dig into the box to check out this Samsung 360-degree camera. And of course we've got our scissors, because we can't. There's a thing on Reviewing the Cheapest. When you go back and watch the other Reviewing the Cheapest, you'll find I have the hardest time keeping track of these. I don't know why, but let's check it out. So Reviewing the Cheapest is seriously my favorite segment, next to Drone Fly Friday. Drone Fly Friday is my favorite. Reviewing the Cheapest, right next to it. But just because it's like, it's cheap, there's no pressure. If I break it, I break it. I always make sure to buy it on a returnable policy in case it just turns out to be garbage. So I love doing this. It's a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy them too, because some of the cheapest stuff we've been getting is actually like pretty good stuff recently, like the cell phone stabilizer, the gimbal. I mean, it didn't work with my phone, but I think it would be okay with the right kind of phone, or action camera, I guess you could use it for. But I love these. Wow, that looks completely different than what I thought it would. Samsung Gear 360. That's like an eyeball. It's kind of creepy looking. I haven't actually seen this before. I thought this was gonna be one of the I saw online where they're kind of like sticks. It looks more like a stick with like a I don't know. It's kind of creepy, but it looks really fun. Let's open this thing up. This is gonna be a real quick unboxing because this thing doesn't look like it has much with it. Samsung Gear 360, 360-degree image capture, high-resolution video and photo. Like I said earlier, there's a newer version out that has 4K. This is the 1080p version from last year, which is why it was $110. I mean, that for a dual lens 360-degree camera, I did not find cheaper than that. I'm so excited about this. This could very quickly become like my Instagram go-to. Right up there with my my boy Blue. Dun-dun-dun-dun. That's a Zelda joke. The Everyday Kid and I just beat Zelda Breath of the Wild the other day. I know, we're behind, but we just beat it the other day and now Zelda's like all in my head. Hey, it comes with a built-in tripod. Can you see that? That is adorable. I don't know how stable it'll be, but that is seriously adorable. We'll get to the camera in a second. Let's check out what's in the box. Lid. Oh, it looks like it comes with a product key for some kind of, we got our cable, we got our battery, Samsung, doesn't say, let's find out what kind of milliamp hour, because that's what everybody cares about is the milliamp hour of the battery. That's what matters. 1350 milliamp hour battery. Instructions. Trigger warning. Here's the instructions. I will not be reading these. If you have a problem with that, please see other videos about the Gear 360 that read the instructions. We're all different people. Just please don't yell at me for not reading these. Please, just don't. Just don't do it. Just don't. You'd be surprised how often I get yelled at for not reading the instructions, so I don't read them. Well, I read them on the projector because I could not get the projector to work. I keep them close by just in case, but I don't read instruction. Little handle thing. Ooh, a carrying case. That's actually pretty nice. Let's move all this stuff over here. You know what I'm not seeing? And that's actually kind of a big deal. I don't see any silica gel. How am I? Samsung, No silica gel? I don't know what to do with myself. I have a box full of silica gel stuff that is not gonna get any bigger today because Samsung did not include any. You're either madmen or geniuses, Samsung. All right, well that's everything that comes in the box. Okay, let's see, let's read some of the features. It does high definition 3840 by 1920. It's got f2.0 dual lenses, clear and low light, time-lapse video, and full 360-degree recording. So the reason I went for this as opposed to another camera is I just wanted it to be able to film everything and then stitch it together itself. I didn't want to have to go and post and do all that stuff, so this is the camera. It's an adorable little camera. It was when I first opened the box, I was kind of creeped out. It's got a tripod adapter there in the bottom. It's got this little tripod that comes with it. I'll probably keep that. I like it because I think it can be like a handle, but I don't know how much I'd want to use that. Okay, all right, SD card slot. Did not come with an SD card. SD card slot. SD card, micro USB, battery. Let's see if the battery has any charge in it. Maybe we can do a quick shot here in the studio. And by studio, I mean office. And by office, I just mean the place that I hang out. Something else about YouTube videos. Between batteries and memory cards, that's the whole thing. If you're gonna be making YouTube videos, you have got to get a system for memory cards. I'm hoping, my plan is to just buy big enough memory cards that I don't have to make a system. When you get big enough memory cards, you don't have to think about it. You just store everything. Okay, battery in, SD card in. Let's take this sticker off. We're making a mess. Well, a bigger, it's always a mess. It's always a mess, okay. Power. Ooh, I like that. Okay, looks like we got a little bit of power. Let's see if we can get a picture going. I don't know how long it goes. It's doing something. Maybe it's recording video. What if I just want a picture? Photo, there we go. All right, here we go, photo. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we took a photo. We'll check that right in just a second. Okay, so we've unboxed everything. We've taken a couple pictures, but what we're gonna do next, we're gonna take this out on the town, give it a shot, just see how it does, and we're gonna do some video with it, try to splice it in. What the main goal of today is gonna be is I'm gonna put this on my motorcycle, because I've got a tripod adapter that I normally put an action camera on. But we're gonna put this in the motorcycle and see how awesome that looks. I really want this video to turn out good, because if it turns out good, this is gonna become a staple of my camera fleet. All right, see you in a second. All right, let's get going. Let's take this little 360 camera out for a spin, see how it works in the real world. I mean, there's no stabilization on it, so I'm kind of nervous this is going to be all shaky, but it's 360. We'll just see if it's worth even trying and maybe using this in the future. Take 2. Well, it's actually like take 3, but I didn't bother recording take 1. Non-gear motorcycle riders, I know when I'm still on my at-gat crusade, all the gear all the time crusade, and I got a lot of feedback on that of, you know, look, I got it, we're all adults, you make your own decisions. I wish you'd make better ones if you're not gonna wear all your gear. Back to the dam. It's my favorite damn place around here, but it doesn't count as a curse because it's a literal. That was a literal thing. Alright, get ourselves recombobulated, and we'll see in a second. Okay, combobulation complete. You can see my good old bike ready to go. Just gonna walk out so we can get some good shots with the new 360 camera. Something I definitely need to do is I really need to see if I can buy a new mount for this video micro. Hopefully you can't hear that. But I broke the shock mount dropping my mirrorless camera, so I really hope you're not hearing like all the thuzz of it moving back and forth. I really hope that. But we should probably buy a new one, so it's not a question. So a few moments ago, I spoke about some of my frustrations about the Gear 360. Number one being that it doesn't play well with the iPhone. That's 2 weeks in a row, or 2 reviews in a row, of things not really playing well with iPhones. And I guess the new 2017 model plays well with the iPhone. It's got a good iPhone app. This one does not. You kind of got to jury rig it through like Google Street View. This is a bad idea, huh? Like rock scrambling down this, but I'm definitely in motorcycle gear, but let's go. What is life for if not adventure? You know, now that I'm most of the way down, it's not really the down that concerns me, it's the getting back up. But we're committed now. You'll already know if this was a bad idea by the title and the thumbnail of the video. If the title and the thumbnail were like, idiot breaks his leg and has to be medevaced from his local beach, then it didn't go well. There we go, we made it. Oh, I'm totally confident. I knew it would work. I was never concerned. Looks like Molly was here. Okay, what we're gonna do first off is we're gonna do some 360 shots with this panoramic. There we go, that was 8 times in a row trying to say that. Panoramic shots that I'm gonna post on Instagram because you're not gonna be able to see it as well on the video. I'll still post them in the video, but you won't see them as well. Go to Instagram to check out the shots. And then I'm gonna also do one with my phone and have it stitched together, and we'll just see what's better, a camera specifically designed for that or your phone? Is your phone perfectly fine? I gotta figure out what to do with you while I do this. 1 minute. Now we're gonna play a game of Switch real quick where I switch you with your nice little GoPro adapter to the GorillaPod. We're gonna swap cameras, so. Welcome back. It is hot here. So now what we've got is the all-seeing eye of the everyday dad. It's hard to, I don't use selfie sticks very often, but it's hard to get a selfie stick and not want to treat it like a lightsaber. Probably shouldn't break the camera before we finish the review. Power on. So we're gonna do the photo a couple ways. We're just gonna take a photo off of the camera itself, just press the photo button. And then another way is we're gonna use the Google Street View app, which stitches it all together. And so we're gonna do both. And then we're gonna do both on the phone. We'll do the panoramic straight from the phone and then with the Google View app, just so we can kind of get a broad stroke of how each one kind of looks. So one of the weird things about using the Google Street View is it doesn't ever show you, if you can even see that, it doesn't show you what the camera sees. You just have to take a picture and kind of hope, I guess. Yeah, I think these 360 cameras are so cool. Not just and we'll have to go see the video when we get home, but I just love how you can then, it's more immersive when I can take my phone. I'm like, oh wow, check all that stuff. It's kind of like you're there. So that's why I really like the immersive experience. So whether or not we keep this specific camera, a 360 camera is definitely gonna be part of our kit bag here shortly. So let's try the same thing just with the iPhone. All right, the iPhone app only lets you take 180 degrees. Okay, so I had to do it in the Google Street View app. And to be honest, I only learned about this app today. I guess I knew there was Google Street View, and I've used it before when I'm like, hey, let's check out this place, let's see what's around it. So I've used that before, and that's not surprising to me, but I guess I didn't realize there was an app that would let you do these. So something I've already noticed is the big benefit to having a just all-in-one camera system versus like a phone is that this takes the entire 360-degree photo in one shot. This is little snapshots of time, so if something has changed between pictures, it can kind of screw up the photo, so I'm still kind of impressed though. In both, actually. Now I'm wishing I would have started doing 360 panoramics sooner. Let's head back to the house, see how all the pictures look. There's a pretty gnarly cloud coming in. I don't like how it looks. Let's get going. Okay, you're back. Yeah, I don't like the look of that cloud. As we're on the motorcycle, we gotta be a little more careful when it comes to where we're going and what we're doing. Since we got all this camera gear, and cameras and water don't mix. I mean, there are cameras that mix in water. This one actually works with water when you decide to bring its waterproof case on, but being impulsive today about just running out and getting after it, didn't bring it, so. Okay, so honestly, how many of you thought I was gonna break my leg on those rocks? Raise your hand. But I didn't. So initial impressions before I've seen the footage. I really like the idea of a 360-degree camera. If this looks okay, I will forgive its app intolerance of my iPhone 7, and I'll probably keep it. I don't want to make that judgment too hastily because it's still going to depend on how the photos and the footage actually look once we get back to the house and have a chance to mess with them. But again, cautiously optimistic. I should get a shirt that says that. I'm sure there's shirts out there that say that. Seeing as how I say that like every review we do, I'm always cautiously optimistic. Did I say cautiously optimistic last time? That's not what I meant. I meant cautiously optimistic. I think I'm always cautiously optimistic. Yeah, let's head back and avoid whatever nastiness this cloud has in store for us. I did have Blue with me today, but that cloud made me decide to not fly him, unfortunately, even though flying Blue is one of my favorite things to do. Last time I flew him out here and it was raining, every single second of footage was corrupted. I'm not gonna do that to him today, because I assume every time he gets rained on and you lose all the footage, I assume that like lowers his lifespan a little bit, and I don't want his lifespan to be lowered. Let's get all this together. Let's go. I actually, should I leave the camera out because I think it's gonna rain because it doesn't have his waterproof case? You know what? Let's be risk takers. Life's boring if you don't. Alright, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty darn excited to see how that footage turned out. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. So we're here at the house. We've checked out all the footage. We've got it all popped into the computer. What do I think about it? So I think the footage is cool. However, I have some really big gripes with this camera that we'll talk about here in a minute. But I just want you to kind of see. So this is a picture I stitched together. You can check this out on Instagram. I posted on Instagram. And then you've already seen this footage because I just put it into the show, or I just put it into the movie. But this is the 360 video. I think it's pretty cool. I just don't know exactly how I would use that. I guess in my head I had something envisioned differently. You're watching the regular video, I pop on the 360 stuff, and then kind of like how when you get a 360 photo you find on Facebook or something where you can tilt it around and look. That's kind of what I thought would happen. Maybe that's not a technical reality yet. I'm the everyday dad. I'm not a big camera guy. I'm learning all this stuff as I go ahead. I just see like 360 camera, this is what I think is gonna happen. So if that's a way to, if you can do that, leave a comment below. I want to know, because if I can do that, that would make this camera, yeah, just 1 second. I'm going to finish up with this. I'm going to finish up with this footage, and then we're going to talk about the two big important parts. Will I keep it, and should you buy it? Welcome back. So now we're at the important part of the review. I normally do a comparison to my current tech against the tech that I'm reviewing. I don't have a 360 degree camera. The closest I can come is taking a panorama with my phone and comparing it against the 360 camera. So there you go. There's the comparison between a panorama stitched together with a phone and a panorama with the 360 degree phone. Obviously, this is not really 360. I mean, it's a 360 degree circle, but it doesn't include what's down, what's up, what's down. This includes literally everything. A sphere of picture except itself and something immediately below it. Will I keep this? So I'm still kind of torn about this camera. I had a lot of frustrations today getting this thing to work. So if you have an iPhone, this doesn't play very nice with it. There's a workaround to get this to function, and that's you got to download Google Street View and work it through that way. There's no native app for this on an iPhone. For the newer version, for the 2017 model, there is in fact a Samsung Gear app, but they don't all work together. So if you want to make this work with your phone, you got to do it with an iPhone. You got to do a workaround. It's kind of a hassle. I would much rather have it be natively supported. That's a really big one. Will I keep this? I don't know. I really like the thought of having a 360 degree camera. I do not like how much hassle I've had to do to get this, even any of these pictures to go. So to get any of these pictures, since it's not natively supported on Mac, I have to take it to my old Battle Horse, which I hate doing stuff on because it's like 8 years old, 7 years old. It's 7 years old, it barely functions. I have to transfer it that way, then I have to put it on an SD card, put it on the MacBook, and then share it with the phone. And then the phone gets uploaded to Instagram or to wherever. So that is not really worth the hassle. However, I really like this camera. I like the quality, I like how easy it is to use, I like everything about it except that I can't get it to work, if that makes sense. So will I keep this? Maybe. If I can find a better workaround to get it to function better with my phone, I will definitely keep this. If not, I'll probably return it for a different 360 degree camera. Should you buy it? If you have a Samsung that's compatible with this camera, this is an amazing deal. I'm not able to show you how all of that would work. There are other videos out there. I implore you to check them out. But this camera, for its price and function, is awesome. If I had a Samsung phone, I would easily be keeping this, but I don't. So that's where my struggle's at. I think if you could get something that natively supported this camera, it would be awesome. And I'm a really big fan of this little tripod. The more that I mess around with it, it's adorable. It's a lot of fun to hold. If you have a Samsung phone, this is probably a pretty good choice since it's not that expensive. If you don't need 4K, and that's something that I bring up a lot. If you don't need 4K, you can get a lot of awesomely priced tech out there. 1080p I think is just as good. I do everything in 1080p. I haven't seen the need to go to 4K yet. I don't even have a 4K capable drone right now. This is a good one. Well, hey everybody, thanks for watching Reviewing the Cheapest. If you like what you saw, click that subscribe button down below. Here on this channel we do daily content, mostly vlogs. I do Reviewing the Cheapest, and they're a whole lot of fun. Once you click that subscribe button, make sure you click the bell notification icon right next to it so that you get all the updates from the channel. You don't want to miss out. This community is awesome. You should absolutely join us. Well, hey everybody, I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure out the 9 to 10 steps I need to get this to work with an iPhone, you can figure it out. Thanks for watching.